Can I get a oh yeah? Oh yeah. Yes, I know the mic. What's wrong with me? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with me? Huh? You know what I've been listening to recently? Hold on, where is it? Hello, chat. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to our Patreon. Ooh, I should make this my like starting sound. What's up, you guys? Happy Friday. Good morning and day to all of you. As always, Sonic Unleashed. This is your first live stream? Hey, what's up, Arch and Paradox? Hey, Pocky. Pakiwi, excuse me. Actually, I do want to hear that. Hold on one second. Wait, so they redid. I didn't listen to the whole thing. Hold on. Windmill Isle. Ew. Ew. I don't say that often. I mean, even just saying "ill" makes me like kind of, it will trigger somebody. And I'm sorry. That's dookie. I do not like that at all. I think the reason is that like I love Sonic Unleashed with like every ounce of my being. Like Sonic Unleashed is probably like one of my like top 10 games. So like I listen to the soundtrack unironically a lot in the car, and like this is the original. Like, why do you even have to do remixes? Why do you have to do remixes for Cross Worlds? I mean, I suppose it gives the like. Why can't you just take the originals and just put them in the... Like, look how nice this is. The drum and bass is in here really nice. And then the accordion, second voice there. Ba ya da. Ba ba ba. Oh. So you actually have counter harmony there happening in the accordion. And the way that the bass is also moving here is lovely. While you have the main melody sandwiched in between. And then the accordion takes over. Windmill Isle. Windmill Isle is like such a great song. Hold on. I think, look how they massacred my boy. Now, I would say Cross Worlds. I think this is like in scope. This is in scope. So this is like kind of like I kind of actually it fits the Cross Worlds idea where it's like space and like multi-dimensional because we have SpongeBob and Dave and what's his name Hatsune Miku and like Joker, but like I can give it that. I don't even mind this section. A lot of snap, crackle, pop. I like actually the prominent bass line here. I like the pluck string slidey thing. I don't like that. This metronomic. Oh, that's not even the full song, so I don't even know what's gonna go. Oof, man. Oof, that is a fumble. I'm not crazy about that. I mean, I think I understand what's going on there in terms of like modifying the original, but not to be a purist, because like, hey, go off. Like, I don't mind a remix. I really don't actually. And a successful iteration of that would be Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and, you know, a freak. I mean, Super Mario Kart World. I mean, great remixes. So to take this and sort of twist it for this like DJ mix. Yeah. Don't know. Not crazy about that. It tastes weird. Okay. Well. Anyway, someone brought that up, and what time is it at? 14:59. I'm gonna make that a video. Title it, Look How They Massacred My Boy. 1439 Sonic. Okay. Hey guys, welcome in. No, NES Sunsoft. I mean, I've heard them in my childhood, but I haven't like sat down and listened to them after like time with in the opera world. So my impressions would probably be very different. I actually should. Thank you for bringing that up. I think an oldies but goodies video is really, really, really overdue. Thank you for that. I loved it, Tsumi. Yeah. Hopefully, we'll get a chance to find time to actually chat. We chat a little bit on Discord, but not a lot. So she's very busy and Hey Kanik. No. I at first I got yelled at actually when I first started talking. When I first heard Alan Wake 2, when I first heard what's it called, Herald of Darkness, I actually kind of made fun of it because I heard it at the Game Awards and I thought it was absolute dookie, but I thought it was so campy and silly and absurd, and I didn't like it at all. A lot of people actually, in fact, after that episode, that live stream ended, a lot of people called me pretentious, which I thought was really funny because that's not true. But since then, I've re-listened to the Herald of Darkness. I actually had a video about second chances that I made, and I really like Herald of Darkness, and so I've actually been really interested to play Alan Wake 2, or at the very least watch it. I don't know that I would sit down and actually play it, but I've been seeking out like deeper game experiences, and I think Alan Wake 2 would be a great fit for that need to well, that's actually a great video too. Wow, you guys are awesome. Anyway, that's not what we're here for. Did I give a second chance to the Resident Evil? No. There's a bit of camp in there for sure. Yeah, most certainly. There is a bit of camp. It's a little bit tongue-in-cheek, you know? So today we have a very busy day. We have lots of stuff to cover. Are there going to be more non-gamer musician reacts videos? Yes, 1,000,000%. I've already filmed like 4 or 5. And do you plan on showing Warframe or Monster Hunter Wilds OSTs? I didn't showcase any Monster Hunter Wilds. I did showcase some Malzeno the other day. I did not show any Warframe. I kind of ebb and flow on what I show generally. Will I react to a song from the game Memento Mori? Well, so we've been getting some Memento Mori every month or so, and then I also listened to one on Patreon the other day that someone had suggested I check out. So yeah, definitely more Borislav at some point, because I think Borislav's like the most incredible thing about Borislav is his ability to make a medieval music palatable to modern audiences, and frankly I think he's kind of a musical genius in that regard, and a musical magician, because most people don't give a flying F about medieval music, and somehow he's able to actually really just, you know, really deliver on stuff. Hey Bloomberg, thank you as always. His soundtrack from his Divinity Original Sin 2 soundtrack is actually, I prefer it to Baldur's Gate 3 in a lot of ways, because of its musical complexity and just how interesting it is. Mead and Wine, I think, is the track name. Yvonne's theme is one of my absolute favorite soundtracks. Sounds OSTs, soundtracks, album tracks, excuse me. And I also really enjoy the main theme, but not quite as much as that. Yeah. So anyway, I think we've chatted enough with our preamble. Anything to report to? Hey Adam, how are you? Do you think you'd react to the Gears of War OST? Yeah, I've listened to some of it, but I think it's actually pretty underrated how good it is. Because all I ever see people talk about with Gears of War is the damn gameplay, and the gameplay makes me motion sick because of how close the FOV is to the background. Yeah. Hey Sonic, how are you? Sonic Kun, first time viewer. Welcome in. So nice to have you. Can we only suggest stuff here on Patreon? Can we suggest by donating here? No, this is our specific Friday stream for patrons and everybody else that wants to be here, of course. Ideally, everybody wants to be here. These are grabbing from Patreon, the Patreon specifically. This is one of their perks that they get. Folk metal bands? Wait, I didn't know that was a thing. I guess you're right. Yeah, thanks, Kanik. I think I will too, to be honest. Hey, Tamale, how are you? Good to see you, as always. Recognize that Banjo-Kazooie PFP anywhere. What's up, Joanne? Okay. So we're starting off today with some Binding of Isaac. Hey, Zachary, as always, how are you? I've actually been playing a bit of The Binding of Isaac. What a lovely little game. This is, in fact, the stream where patrons force me to listen to things. I was actually thinking about it today, how grateful I have been to be exposed to such crazy pieces of music. Over 2,000 just like solid selections that I've just never heard before. I wanted to make a video. I wanted to make a video about. I got distracted by comments. Called Why So Much Weeb Stuff. I was sitting in the car and really it's because my patrons are all big fucking weebs. I've heard so much weeb shit over the last couple years. It's really fascinating. I'm well, thank you. Yeah, I'm doing really well. Happy Friday. Have I considered collaborating with musicians? Yeah, I'm gonna write to Smooth McGroove next week. I was watching some of his stuff the other day, and I was like, man, I want to talk to this guy. He seems so cool. He started choking, laughing. God bless. Yeah, that's so funny. That's a question I get asked a lot, usually by like somebody who I find that most of the people that ask those questions, I don't think they really understand what that question even means, because half of the music comes out of Japan. More than half of it comes out of Japan. So I'm not really sure what they must mean like Halo and like, I don't know. Marco streams have made me more tolerant to weeb stuff. Bro, you say that, but like I'm fully deep in the weeb hole now. I am a weeb at this point. Like it's over for me. And the thing is, I was a weeb before, but I was just in the closet. I was a closeted weeb. I didn't know that playing Final Fantasy made me a weeb, but it turned out that playing any JRPG automatically put me in the box, and I just refused. I refused. I buried it. I pressed myself. I suppressed myself. I wasn't fully out. I wasn't fully out when it came to weeb culture, and I refused. And I used to, all the complaints that you see about people talking about, oh well, every JRPG features some anime character, and I just can't. Meanwhile, I was literally actively, accidentally playing things like Metal Gear Solid and fucking Final Fantasy, and all of a sudden I just I was tickling the hole, but I wasn't fully in it. And it's come to my attention that all of those things that I was doing were inadvertently making me actually a weeb. So this entire time I've just been suppressing who I really am. And now I'm out, baby. I'm a weeb. Dragon Quest 11, Dragon Quest, freaking, I'll tell you, freaking Umineko, freaking Octopath Traveler, freaking, Final Fantasy 11, Kingdom Hearts, freaking Fate Grand Order. Now, well, that's different because that's actually that's an anime. Etrian Odyssey, like, Drakengard, even freaking some League of Legends shit. Like, I mean, Monster Hunter. It's all weeb shit. Fire Emblem Fates, like, Limbus Company, even freaking Marvel Rivals, Gooner Game of the Year. That's some weeb shit there. Suikoden, freaking Tokyo Mirage Sessions, freaking Yakuza, God, the list goes on and on and on. So much weeb shit. Arknights, of course, Castlevania weeb shit, Kirby Air Ride weeb shit, Xenoblade Chronicles weeb shit, Warhammer. That's weird shit. It's not weeb shit. It's different. Ace Combat weeb shit. Freaking. It's all just weeb shit. It's all weeb shit. It's all Sonic, Grand Blue. It's just crazy. It's crazy. Soul Calibur, Street Fighter. I mean, it's all weeb shit. Literally, it's all weeb shit. Chun-Li is a weeb shit. The weeb was in me the whole time, and I just I hadn't Resident Evil. It's all weeb shit. I just Legend of Zelda. What I find really interesting actually about all of this is the fact that we somehow did this massive loop backwards. So like, somehow Japanese composers have been able to take the classical music landscape and the romantic music landscape, just circle us back. First they blow our brains open with the Koji Kondos of the world, who just celebrated I forget how many years old. It's not very old. With Zelda and Mario and all that other stuff. And we got this 8-bit, 16-bit synth, we got our Yoko Shimamuras, our Yasunori Mitsudas. We've got all this, and then our Nobuo Uematsu's, and then suddenly we're able, it's like a roller coaster. It's like a loop-de-loop. So here we are in the 8-bit, 16-bit landscape, Mega Man, Castlevania, so on and so forth. All of a sudden we're going all the way back to the 1800s. And then here we are all the way circled back to modern compositional practices that are actually directly connected to the Western classical musical styles of Mozart and Beethoven and freaking, Romanticism and Wagner and Karl Orff. And it's an incredible thing to witness. And in some ways, the 8-bit, 16-bit styles are so remarkable, but it's interesting that in a modern time, instead of being allocated to 8-bit and 16-bit, we've actually circled all the way back to stuff we were doing in the 1800s. And I just find that so fascinating. So if that makes me a weeb, then yes, I want that. I want that. Well, that also means that then everything I used to, because if that's the soundscape of modern gaming, then shoot, I've been a weeb since I started singing opera, 20 plus years ago. Like, I mean, that means that Mozart's a weeb. That means that Wagner's a weeb. That means that all these guys, I mean, it's all one big endless infinity loop, isn't it? It's all just an infinity loop. It's an infinity loop of weeb. So if you ask why so much weeb shit, well, there you go. Life is weeb. We are weeb. Now, of course, there are like the Western practices of sound, but even then, I mean, even those are emulating classical, or the composers are classically trained. You know, yes, you do get exceptions with like Slavic music, like so, you know, the folks at CD Projekt Red, Marcin Przewodniczący and PD Adamczyk, and you know, sort of doing the folk style that we see in The Witcher, or you know, Hellblade's Senua's Sacrifice, or you know, all that stuff. But then of course, like even Dragon Age, and even Halo, that's all connected to classical music as well. It's amazing how the foundations of modern music are all based around the practices and the performance practices and the musical practices of the 18 and 1900s. Now, you know, of course, we've evolved a lot, but it's amazing the bedrock of modern musical writing, even movie music that now is so amorphous and ambient, sort of generic at times. It's all sort of interwoven into the musical history of, you know, the 18th and 19th and 20th centuries. It's very interesting. It's very, very interesting. But anyway, so that's why there's so much weeb shit on the channel, because it's good music, and it's all really good. It's just all really good. And yeah. See, that was an accidental. I accidentally just filmed a second video. So thank you for that. What time was that at? What time did I start the weeb chat? Oh boy. I accidentally filmed a second video there that I need to extrapolate from this. That was, let's say 30 minutes. 30 minutes in weeb shit. That'll be a fun little video. See, that's like me making a bad video. Like that is a dookie video. Like that's a bad video. But it's just a rant, and I'm choosing to lean into. Hey Indra, good evening to you, and good morning to me, and good afternoon to me. Yeah, 30 minutes 14. Okay, so the Sonic Windmill Weeb shit. Yeah, perfect. That's like a low effort video, but can be made really fun with some nice clean editing from Nathan. That was enjoyable, and I'll have him use musical examples from the things I referenced. But the thing is, I listen to tons of anyway. All right, well, we've got a lot to cover. Let's pop over to Binding of Isaac. What a fun, beautiful little game. Does anybody have any questions before we start? Are we good to dive in? You got anything you need to ask me without being weird? That's a loaded question. Otherwise, I'll just kind of get started. Why Meatball? In 10th grade, my friend was like, you should call yourself Marco Meatball. And I thought that was really funny. Any gaming today? Not today, Yoshi. Why? Why not? More Marco humor? What does that mean? What's up, Yalatori? What did I have for breakfast? I didn't eat breakfast, but I did have 2 Olipop today. So, how much wood would woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? I don't know. It's a great question. People ask why Meatball, but never how Meatball. It's true. What constitutes a stupid question? There are no stupid questions, just stupid people. Like the time you talked about poop. Oh, you want that kind of humor? You want poop humor? Well, I can't just like pull that out of my ass. Do I do treatments of my beard? No, but I am starting Nutrafol for my hair. What's the next Gundam show I'm going to tackle? It won't be for a while, probably, but it'll be Iron Blooded Orphans. So I think I just finished Wish for Mercury, which I loved. Space Magic, kind of intense. But I wasn't crazy about the last episode, but it was still a great show. This is a shotgun mic. It's a Sennheiser 416. Look up how much it costs. I got it for $150, but look how much it actually costs. Am I familiar with Nerdcore? No, I'm not. The Amazon box disappeared. It's because it's all right here, actually. I'd be interested in your posters. Oh. Do you prefer letting my beard grow out? I do. The only problem with this was that one time I had a tick crawling up my ear into my headphone, and it grossed me out so much that I shaved again. But I like to let it grow out. And no, there's no treatment, so just my beard is just long. I'm hoping to fill this stuff out though with Nutrifold. I'm going to see a dermatologist in a couple months. Is there a long anime series you'd watch? Yeah, I would. I'd do like a longer, like I'm kind of intrigued by One Piece, but I don't know that I could. I don't know. It's hard because like, so right now I like the fact that things end so that then I like get the sadness and can, you know what I mean? Can sort of start and, you know, keep going. As a person living in a third world country that's already 900%. Oh my God, Nada. What third world country? So right now we just finished up G-Witch. We're gonna take a break from a third anime, and then I'm altering episodes next week between Violet Evergarden and which I like, but I'm not like crazy about it. Like I like it, I find it really intriguing, but I'm not like, ooh, I have to keep watching that. But episode 3 was very good, so that. Meanwhile, Fate Zero, I'm like, let's keep going. Like I could watch 8 episodes of Fate Zero in a row. Like if I had the time, love Fate Zero. Holy shoot. Love Fate Zero. But I know that Violet Evergarden will pick up, so I'm not super stressed about it. But after like next week, then I'm going to start up Edge Runners, even though I ended up not finishing Cyberpunk. Which is okay, because I heard Edge Runners is awesome. I definitely want to also go back and really commit to Attack on Titan now that I've had some time away from the manga, because that shit was so depressing. And I want to Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is what I want to watch after Edge Runners or whatever I finish first. So like Fate Zero or Violet Evergarden. I want to go back and watch Brotherhood, because I already watched Gurren Lagann. Loved Gurren Lagann. Mob Psycho? Really? Is it good? I know Creepy Nuts does the opening theme, I think. It's only 12 episodes? Edge Runners? Wow. Mob Psycho's really good? Oh, Macross. Wow, yeah. It's really amazing? Really? Oh, and it's funny? I want to watch Samurai Champloo before Ghost of Yotei in October. So, that'll be on the agenda in September. Have I watched? No, but I'd love to watch Blue Lock. What genre? Any. Just not Battle Shonen, really. I find Battle Shonen to be kind of boring and frustrating. Macross is, yeah, I know it's a legacy series, yeah. I do want to watch JJK as well. I'm really excited about JJK, actually. I watched the first 5 episodes and I loved it. So, I have to tell you that like the joy I have from watching anime is so awesome. You know what I started up the other day? I don't think I mentioned this on my last Patreon stream. I started up Dr. Stone while I was folding laundry, and I was like, okay, let me check out this, because this is here and I probably would never stream this. I loved it. I watched 2 episodes and I was like, whoa. Now, I don't really love the scientist guy, but he like is kind of annoying. But like I was so intrigued by the story of Dr. Stone. Like really, really cool. It seems like it's kind of underrated. But my God, the first episode, I was like, what the fuck? Like, how is this possible? Like, and that's the thing that like drives me crazy about anime. because like not all of it obviously, right? But like the ideas are so good. Usually, sometimes. I also want to watch Steins Gate, and I also want to watch ReZero, and I also want to watch. It's just I want to watch all the ones that people like, basically. So there's at least like 30 or 50 or 60 anime. So I'm gonna keep doing that at patreon.com/Marco Meatball, $5 tier, Johnny's Kiki. Go sign up today to watch this stuff because it's so much fun. Demon Slayer I'm reading right now, and I'm really enjoying it. Vivi? Oh, and Ruby too. I heard Ruby was really good. But yeah, like I really like being a weeb. I really like being like I really like this stuff. I really do. Like I think Fate Zero solidified how much I find value in anime and manga. Like Frieren was beautiful. I wept. I cried. Yeah, QB. I definitely want to go back to AOT after watching the anime, because especially because I've read the manga. I housed the manga. I read it so fast. I read it within like a weekend. Samurai Champloo I'm gonna watch in September. Your ability to have suspension of disbelief and enjoy shows or anime has disappeared. I get annoyed at less than perfect world building and see, but I actually find world building sometimes annoying. So we're just two opposite sides of the coin. It's totally okay. Like all the Persona and like metaphor stuff where they're like, this teleportation thing is blah blah blah, and I'm like, bro, just call it fucking fast travel. I don't have time for this. So that's funny that you and I have swapped fighter. Hey Zero. Like for me, I'm like, okay, I get it. It's a fucking transportation device. Oh my god, it's a save point. Just call it what it is. What's up, it's all Vampire Hunter D? No, I haven't, but I've heard great things about that too. Man, I'm really jealous of those Twitch heart icons. I wish I had one. But yeah, so I just love, I don't know. I'm just really excited about the future. I played a little bit. I'm not crazy about Rush, I have to say. Not crazy about Rush. I mean, it's okay, but I would probably, and I also did not like the Brooklyn map. At least for Rush, it was just a building. I thought that was super lame. But yeah, I try to not gravitate towards hype things. So like, I don't really like hype things. Like solo leveling, maybe I'd like it, but the hype around it kind of annoys me. So I probably won't watch it for a long time, if ever. Anyway, look at all you weebs in chat. So typical. Start mentioning anime, all of a sudden the floodgates open. That's all you can talk about. Typical. Konosuba is amazing. Marco would hate it. Duskrai, yeah, totally. You guys, a lot of you guys are new faces, but was anybody here when I made up a manga? I made up an anime in a chat one time, and I had everyone searching for it. What the hell was it called? It was like, God, I wish Nitro was here. Nitro was there. It was like, I was like, haven't you ever heard of Utsumagi Tangurenku? And people were like, what? Yeah, I was like, Tutsumagi Kankurenku. And people were like searching the anime database and shit. I think you were there too, Kremen. I don't think you were a mod yet. Yeah, you were there, Tofu. I remember you were there. No, it's real. Yeah, no, it's real. I wish it was such a good fake anime name. I was like, it's an isekai. Oh my god. So funny. So funny. Anyway, let's get started. I'm trying to think about like what's a long anime? So One Piece, JJK is 5 seasons. JJK I will for sure watch. I think in the fall. Um, Maybe after Brotherhood. Oh, Dragon Ball. I'm not interested in Dragon Ball. I'm not interested in Sailor Moon. Oh, Bleach I could be interested in. Detective Conan. Oh, Hunter x Hunter actually. Hunter that's actually been on my list. Oh, JoJo. Oh, Naruto. Yeah, I wouldn't watch Naruto. Would you guys let me watch Digimon on the Patreon? Like, you know how the new Digimon game is coming out in October? I have been really wanting to rewatch Digimon Adventures, like season 1 and 2, so bad. It's like not. The thing is, like, it's Digimon is so like I don't think that the first like Digimon Adventure. I don't think Digimon Adventure is like the second coming of Jesus Christ or anything. But there's something so nostalgic for me. I actually prefer Digimon to Pokemon, in a big way. So yeah, I love Digimon. Love Digimon. Digimon Series 3 is a revolution? Is it really? Yeah, it seems like every long-standing anime is a shonen rush. Or a battle shonen. The real manga is called Onichiro Sabata. That's what it was. Onichiro Sabata. Did you look that up? How do you remember that? Anyway, we should get started. You fucking weebs. You fucking weebs. Onichiro Sabata. That's such a good like fake manga name. Onichiro Sabata. This is Marco Weebball. Excuse you. Onichiro Sabata. Man, what a fucking perfect manga name. It's already 47 minutes from the start. Are you in a rush? Are you in a rush? Can't we just have a good time? Let me live. It's my Friday too. Yeah, Tamers I need to check that out. That'd be amazing. What's Onichiro Sabata about even? Probably just like it's probably like some samurai manga. Maybe samurai. Okay, wait. Onichiro Sabata is a manga about yokai that crave to be human, but they aren't able to because of whatever. Exactly. Demons and Oni. That's exactly what I was thinking. But like the twist is like it's about yokai that want to be human. And yeah, okay. Onichiro Sabata is about a that's perfect. Onichiro Sabata is about a yokai that desperately wants to become a flamenco guitarist. Oh my god. Oh. Parasite I've heard good things about. I have not watched a single anime movie just yet. I know that Gurren Lagann has 2, I think. Eve? No. I have not. Hey, Pepe! Okay, let's start. All right, so The Binding of Isaac for the 3rd time. Oh, yeah. I do need to watch Cowboy Bebop, because, Watashi wa Fuego! Hericide, Satan fight. Okay. This track combines Intense rock instrumentation with unsettling elements to create a sense of frantic combat and demonic confrontation. Hericide means to kill one's teacher or master. All right, let's take a listen. I'll stop like twice probably. Oops, didn't mean to stop. I like how multi-phase this is. So it's been really interesting to hear because it's obviously frenetic with that electric guitar, right? The constant feeling of movement, which you do need to move a lot in Binding of Isaac, which is something I didn't realize when I started playing it. Like there's a lot of movement that's required in order to like, you know, keep momentum and not die. So I find it interesting how the movement feels like it's dialed up to like 50. But then on top of that, there's also some really interesting, I'm not necessarily sure that I like the piece, but what I appreciate about it is that there's forward momentum. There is this sense of tension throughout it, of course. And then also I really appreciate the chorus. And then there's this interplay between the soprano there that we just sort of just stopped at and the choral work, which is really fun as well because it's like hoo ha he ha ho. It's also very jagged and sharp, and so you have momentum and energy with the rhythmic propulsion and with the the subdivision and the beats and all that other stuff, coupled with these really nice accented bits or that soprano moment there that was very like, you know, like I don't know, kind of caused me to sit and be like, whoa, this is interesting. Yeah, it's an interesting piece. See, so this is cool. See, so it's cool. So you get the doubling. Do you guys know what doubling means, by the way? Just so I'm clear, does doubling make sense? Doubling, when I say doubling, what I mean is everything is moving in the same way. So multiple instruments that are sort of doubled between each other. So if the one instrument is moving one way, then the other instrument is moving the same way. That's what we call doubling. Okay. So what that does is it increases tension and stress and power and, you know, whatever emotional interplay the song is working with. That's where the doubling will come into play, right? So we just got a ton of that right there with the vocals mixed in with the drums and the electric guitar, right? But now, actually, it's really interesting is that we take that and we add the soprano voice right at the very top as we sort of end the piece. Check this out. And I like the whoa. Yeah, that's an okay piece. I'm not crazy about that, but I think it's really dope that it's in Binding of Isaac, and I think it's one of those things that if you were to listen to that in context, the tension and the pressure of that sound would be incredibly satisfying and really, really rewarding. The intensity in that is awesome. Super fun, really kind of brutal, scary, stressful, so on and so forth. It's really nice. We're gonna check out 2 Fire Emblem Warriors tracks from Grills BB. This is Song of Beginnings, and then I'll move right into Friendly Faces. So for context, Rowan and Liana, the main characters in this game, save their hometown from monsters and villains from other worlds. Now they are crowned prince and princess of Aetolis. And then the second piece is the credits theme. So let's listen to both and stop maybe 1 or 2 times. Love the strings there right off the bat. Nope, it's not set up yet. Sorry. There you go. Hey, Demigod, how are you? Oh, it's not working on YouTube. Why? Oh, there it goes. Okay. Oh, nice. Da, 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 dee, da, da. Da, dee, da, dee, da, dee, da, dee, da, dee, da, dee. I felt it was a little amorphous, and I do like the piece. I thought the strings were really lovely. I thought I really got the sense with these particular two characters, Song of Beginnings, that they were like forced into this situation, but trying to make the best of it. Especially at the strings. The strings were very delicate throughout it, and it wasn't until near the back end where we start to get a little bit of the horns and that like sort of movement of the harp and the a bit of momentum, but otherwise it felt kind of like it was just kind of floating around, sort of present, which was fine. I missed a little bit of the zhuzh because then when the motif comes in, that Fire Emblem motif, that was when I really felt like, oh, this is awesome. I'm listening to something really cool and something I really can glom onto. So, that being said, let's pivot over to the credits theme and see how that's any different, if it is different. I love the castanets there. Yeah, this one was okay too. I mean, I like the credits feeling of resolution. And there was some real like loveliness about it. I felt overall again a similar issue with the previous piece where it just felt like it kind of was just kind of going nowhere. I don't dislike that, and I think for a credits theme it works quite well. It's definitely a contemplative thing where you're, you know, sort of, I don't know, assessing and thinking about the game experience without being overly harsh about it, obviously. But again, I feel like it just lacks motivic direction, which I guess it doesn't need, but it just ends up making me feel like, okay, what am I listening to? But it is pretty, and I will give it that. I think it's a lovely little piece. But yeah, I like how, again, Fire Emblem's weird. Like, when it leans into the motivic ideas, Fire Emblem's music is so interesting. When it doesn't, in this particular instance, it just feels very kind of just there. Like I can't remember it at all, if that makes sense. Yeah, that's my thoughts on those. Okay, let's keep going. Next up is Rosa Trist. What is that? Kantai Collection? What the hell is that? A pair of themes from the Spring 2015 Kantai Collection event? Huh? To summarize context of this piece, Kantai Collection is a game of anthropomorphized naval ship girls fighting against the abyssals, who are heavily implied to be vengeful spirits of sunken ship girls. This particular piece comes from an event which based on Adu Atoll from World War II, which was a secret British naval base that the Japanese Navy discovered on a piece of land they never knew existed beforehand. In relation to this, I feel these pieces play on the idea of discovering a dark mystery and daring to plunge straight into the heart of it. Sorry for the essay. Hardly an essay. That was... Kantai Collection is a gotcha. Ah, okay. Whoa. Holy yikes. Something about this mix is frustrating me because it feels like a lot of it's really pulled back, and so I'm having to like really lean forward to like listen so I can pinpoint like some of the things I'm hearing. I mean, overall, I think it's a really interesting piece, and we're only halfway through it. It's very unique, and again, this suffers a little bit as well because I find that it's a little bit kind of just like doing things rather than like a cohesive package. That said, I find that the the chant and the meandering of the voices kind of floating around. There is that mysterious quality in that is really, really interesting and unique. I find that there is a darkness in that sound. There's a feeling of, you know, just real discomfort in that, which is really interesting. There's also that bit of mechanical, it was Armored Core 6 sound. I would agree, like this bit of crunch in it that I think is really interesting, and it really showcases the battleships. I think this is an entity that is very, you know, dangerous and also like maybe covered in fog or something. There's a really nice a nice sound there. You need to remember the part that music plays in video games. It's not always meant to be emotionally reactive. Sometimes it's just meant to be pleasant background music. Video games do literally have their equivalent of elevator music. I would never disagree with that. I mean, I agree with that, but my job here is to, you know, well, it's twofold, because my job here is to like listen and either A, discover something worth saying, or like highlight something that I hear, or B, explain why I like it or don't like it, right? That's kind of like my job in this case. So, you know, yeah, I agree with you. Sometimes there's nothing to be said, and sometimes it's just stuff. You know what I mean? Totally. Totally. Music doesn't always need a purpose. It can just be, but not always enjoyable or bad. It can just be. Yeah, I mean, well, yes, I do think that if I think I think good music should have something to say. Regardless, like you should be able to, ideally, not to should all over it, but you should have a thought while listening to a piece. I mean, I feel like if a piece is just kind of there, then it's sort of pointless. I'm not saying that it needs to have like an identity all the time, but I don't know, like I think it's like an inherently a personal discussion. Like you could love the pieces that we've listened to so far and be like, I love those pieces. I love everything about them. They're perfect. Okay. That's fine. You don't need to say anything more. I disagree that music doesn't have to serve a purpose, especially if it's part of a narrative. I mean, ideally music that is part of a narrative would serve a purpose and like help showcase or give clues to it would or aid in the three-dimensionality of a thing, so that you maybe more understand the complexity of the situation. If you have music in a game that just exists in the game, I think it should at least be memorable, or you should at least notice when it's not there. Music is there to have an impact on you. No, Siren, not really a discussion, just some thoughts that I saw. Yeah, but I mean, so here's the thing, right? Like, right now in this stream, like what I perceive of as my responsibility and my purpose, other than being a DJ, is to also like, you know, talk about what I feel and what I hear. Not because I'm like the god of this channel or like the god of the discussion, because there's music is such a personal, individual thing. You know what I mean? Good morning. So I think like in my mind, it's such a funny, complex thing to talk about, especially over like chat and me talking at the same time. But I don't think everything needs to be memorable, but I do think that there needs to I do think that there needs to be some implicit reason for why it exists. And if my preference generally is melodic intention, motivic intention. Now, games music doesn't have to have that in order to say something, but it's just the easiest path towards having an emotional connection to a piece of music is through generally motivic and melodic writing in my mind anyway. Now, you can have a beautiful ambient track that can also place you in a place and make you feel this, that, and the other. I think that's important. Thank you so much. But yeah, it's a super nuanced conversation that I think is kind of complicated in our current format. So I'm just kind of like if I say something, it's not because I'm like, I think the music sucks ass, because I don't think there'd ever be something that I like truly despise besides like Crazy Bus's main theme or whatever. Right. But I do think that like if something doesn't interest me or it interests me less, then, I'm just going to be like, that doesn't really do anything for me. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know. I'm just ranting now. Anyway, let's keep listening to this. Yeah, I immediately like this better because it has not because of its momentum, but because of its musical identity and like what it's doing. You know what I mean? That's I find it way more. And to be fair, the first half of this, Invitation to the Abyss, the whole purpose of it is to be nebulous, and so that comes across crystal clear to me, especially when we connect it to this. Menu music, like in a pause menu, it really doesn't need to be grandiose or epic. Of course not. But if it's presented to me in this setting, I have to take it at face value. You know what I mean? Like I have to listen to it as if I'm listening to anything, comparing, mentally comparing and contrasting. Yes, pause music or menu music, of course. And you wouldn't want it to be necessarily like bombastic for a pause. Or moreover, chances are people aren't even going to pay attention to that. That being said, if we are including that in a list, then it's partly my job to at the very least like give it the credit it deserves, and also be like, okay, well, yes, it's from a pause theme. This is what I think or feel when I listen to it. You know what I mean? Hello, Ryan. How are you? It's a really interesting piece. I mean, I have some issues with it in the sense that I feel like it could have been fleshed out a little bit more, or something with the audio mixes. It falls a little flat, but overall, I very much found it very interesting and unique in the same way that I find Art Tonelico stuff, which actually a few of you mentioned that. I feel the same way. Hey, Callie, how are you? So, you know, I think it was a really interesting piece that I think is a little bit, it's somehow limited within itself, but I found the sound really interesting to listen to, and I was curious where it was going to go. Also, don't forget that like every day is a new experience, and like, you know, there are days where I'll listen to a piece and really dislike it or not be interested in something, and then the very next day I'll listen to it again and I'll love it. And so there's also something to be said for mood. Like maybe today I'm feeling a little bit more mentally critical or mentally analytical, or I feel like thinking more, I feel like talking less, or I feel like, you know, this, that, or the other. So there is something to be said for, you know, the day-to-day churn of a person's brain and how we are connecting to or talking about music is very, you know, individual specific based on the day. You know what I mean? So yeah, that was the cool. Oh yeah, no. Listen, I mean, you know, Havenless, I thought that was a great point, and Dark, of course, as well, with Dark Wolf. Like, I love a good conversation. As long as someone doesn't come in here and is like taking a dookie on my opinions or being disrespectful, I'll change my opinion too. Like, I mean, I always change my opinion. I don't listen to fan-made songs because it gets a little bit too complicated with like copyright and all that other stuff. So I'm gonna listen to Grassroots piece, and then I'll save the last 3 turn dots for next week. Just FYI. So let's keep her going. Let's see. This is Divinity Original Sin 2, Divine's Lament, bonus song. Okay, I don't think I've heard this one. This is a bonus song from the DOS 2 soundtrack sung by Borislav. Sung by Borislav himself. It doesn't get nearly enough attention, especially considering how beautiful and tragic lyrics are. It really shows all of his writing talent. Cool. How do turns work? What does that mean? You hear the like sadness, the implicit sort of sadness of it.
Dark of night, a foot of snow, pure and white and deadly. My father took me by the hand and asked me, "Are you ready?" He took me up beyond the trees to where the rock is bare. He took me to a frozen lake and made me say a prayer. Dark of night, 2 feet of snow, drifting sheer and pure. My father bade me walk along the frozen gravel shore. When we had walked a mile or more, my father drew his bow. He shot an arrow in my back and left me in the snow. Dark of night, a foot of snow, bloody red and steaming. He called his mother's name once more, but he had left him bleeding. I called my father's name once more and offered him a prayer. The ice cracked on the frozen lake. My father left me there. My father left me there. He shot an arrow in my back and then he left me there. Dark of night, 3 feet of snow, my father killed me. I watched my blood soak through the snow and knew he walked within me. I called my father's name and offered one last prayer. The ice cracked on the frozen lake, my father's love was there. Dark of night and full of snow, bloody red and steamy, he called his father's name once more, but he had left him bleeding.
Before we continue on, just so I stop one time during the song, I find the melody very entrancing and very, very, very easy to pick up, like with the ear so orally. Like there's you hear the sense of like dis-ease, this feeling of discomfort, this feeling of sadness in it, this feeling of like, abandonment, this feeling of there's a wide quality to it, which and that sound is very it's kind of like shouting, but and I like that because it feels very like, I need you to know this. I need you to know what happened. I need to tell you this thing that happened, There's definitely a lament element to it. Now, I will say I'm not necessarily crazy about the lyrics, but I think it's one of those things that I think this is like one of those like Journey's arc experiences where when you listen to the lyrics, like it feels very on the nose. Man, I'm feeling it must be like I'm a little spicy today. I don't really know why. Usually I'm not quite so like I like this and I don't like this, or maybe just today I just don't give a shit. So sorry in advance. I don't know what's going on today. I'm tired. No, but seriously, like I find that interesting. Like I find the melody really lovely. I find the instrumentation, I wish I knew what if it's not a lute, but whatever it's not a guitar either. I wish I knew what the instrumentation was, but I love when the chorus comes in, there's this lovely, lovely, lovely backing of the soprano that I think is very elegant and adds that shadow quality to it. Especially because the lines are like, my father, went and 3 feet of snow killed me, whatever. Like there's that the edge of grief or frustration or agitation that I think the soprano really adds really nicely in that upper range, the upper layer. It's really beautiful. I also think that Borislav's voice itself has this imperfection in it, and it feels very like colloquial. And what I mean by colloquial is that it's a sound that anybody could pull off if they have like that certain corner of the register, the upper register, like the tenor range. It's very unprofessional, and by that I mean it's not overly produced, it's not operatic, it's not like a well-trained singer. It's just a guy that has this deeply in his soul that must be expressed, right? And I think that was really nice. You know what I mean? Like there's a quality in that sound of humanity, right? And in the sense that like it's real, you know what I mean? Hangry? No, I'm not hangry. I don't think I'm hangry. But yeah, that really came to mind. I like what I'm hearing though.
For a feet of snow I camp low, and by the dying fire my father cries in grief and shame. My father cries my name. I I feel my father's love once more. My father cries my name. My father cries my name. And I feel warm again. My father cries my
See, I like this.
name. And I feel warm again.
Beautiful. See, that's a beautiful resolution. My father died. So lovely. You know, yeah, I thought that piece was really nice. It's beautifully atmospheric. You feel the sense of loss, the sense of brokenness, the sense of just you know, a slow decay, my father died, he died. Love the way it ended, especially that last minute and a half is really, really cool. Really cool. I really like that piece. Yeah, it's not even in the game. Yeah, I mean, I think it's just such a well done piece, and I think it adds. Divinity's soundtrack is really interesting because, again, I feel like it plays a little bit within itself. It's not so. It's a little bit more of a. I feel that Divinity Original Sin 2 is a bit of a more focused rather than a bigger, sprawling. And even though Baldur's Gate 3 is like some sort of a miracle with all the options, like it's a game that, you know, obviously you play thousands and thousands of hours on, and you'll even get everything is different. Divinity feels more controlled. And I think much in the same way the soundtrack feels more intentional. Now, granted, I haven't heard all of BG3's soundtrack, but Divinity is very interesting to me. So I thought it was a really good choice. Thank you for sharing that with me. It's very cool. Sirius, are you here? Paging Sirius 140. Paging Sirius 140. Are you here? You're here. Well, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sirius. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Sirius. Thanks for being such a good mod and a patron supporter and a good person all around. And it's always great spending time with you. This is from Gotcha Force. We are Gotcha Force. I don't know what that means. It scares me. The main theme from a game that is very near and dear to me. This is the full version with lyrics that only played in the JP version, as the NA version just got instrumental mix that plays during the final battle. Very much emblematic of super robot anime from the 90s, as the game is about sentient, toy-sized aliens teaming up with kids to save their planet. Wow. Where do folks send their recs? Patreon.com/Marco Meatball. There is a tier that the Tosca tier where you can drop a song. I'll listen to it on stream. We'll talk about it. Or !Patreon. Does that work? I don't think that works. Ooh, we should update that. Uh-oh. Nightbot suddenly decided to take a break. Oh. Holy weep shit. Oh, wow.
ガチャパワー秘めた力は無限だ集めろ君のガチャフォース無敵のチームを組むぞビルをぶっ放せ外でぶった切れ決めてやるぜ必殺技をガチャボスだ希望を今目指せ絶望に負けるな最高の一撃逆転勝利だ仲間が大ピンチ助けるぞ今すぐ連携攻撃勝利を呼ぶ鍵だぜ走るぞ飛ぶぞガチャパワー燃えるフィールド駆け抜けお前と組むぜガチャフォース不滅の友情を熱くガガンと撃てガンを突撃ぶち当たれ今日も明日も全力だぜガチャボスだどでかい敵迫る恐れるな戦士よ心の迷いが本当の敵だぜでっかい夢つかめライバルに打ち勝て拳を交わせば生まれる友情正義のおもちゃガチャバグ放て秘密のエナジー未来を開けガチャボス恐怖の侵略砕けミサイルボーンファイヤーパンチがぶっ飛ばせ愛という武器胸に抱いてガチャボスだ
It's definitely like 90s anime sound, you know. I actually thought that was really charming. It's just like it doesn't require like a big brain to think about it. You know, it's just a vibe. Very 80s, 90s, yeah. It's just fun. I thought that was very charming. And of course, happy birthday. Oh boy. Okay, wait. Before I do these, I'm going to circle back to these. My brain isn't ready to analyze these. In order to do these, Honkai Star Rail Genshin Impact, I will well, I guess. Okay. Well. Okay, well, no, we'll do that now. See you, Ryan. Oops. Okay. Honkai Star Rail, Nikador theme. The theme of Amphorius' first boss, Nikador the Lance of Fury, the Titan of Strife. Hi, Rendosu. Yeah, I thought that was really heavy and had massive, like, a sense of scale and size. I thought the male chorus too was very this is the shirtless guy, right? The God of War looking dude, like Kratos, but like 12 years old. No, just kidding. This is young Kratos. I felt like the power in that. It had like that Egyptian desert, oh, that's My Day. Never mind, that's a different person. Anyway, I felt that this was really, it felt like a push and a pull in a big way. There was a ton of tension as well. That it felt like a dance of death and a dance of like a power balance was at stake, and so there was a lot of back and forth, which I thought was really cool musically, even though there was a ton of forward momentum as well, if that makes sense. So, I thought it was a nice piece. I thought it was very brutal. There was an animalistic quality to it. I felt that there was a lot of forward press in the sound, which is really fun. In general, I it just makes me want to keep playing. Honestly, it makes me want to play this patch M4's 3.0. I love the aggression in the sound as well. It felt like a person that was very controlled despite having power and rage kind of behind them. But the rage was very in control, which I thought was really cool. I felt like there was a size, there was intensity, there was overall, like I think it's I do think that it got a little bit one note, a little bit of variety would have been more interesting as well. I felt like both phases, I mean, there were two distinct phases, but I think like we could have sort of developed it further. But overall, I liked this. It was nice. It was just like a nice piece. Okay, and then let's check out Virale de Marée from Genshin. Very underrated piece. I remember everyone wanted a reaction to this battle theme when Fontaine first came out. Oh, is this the Virale? The elegance is so apparent. It's so nice, especially with the way the strings are. The way the strings kind of flow in and out of it. There's the tension there. And then the pivot of the variation here into the danger sound with the lower brass is cool. Yeah, and I see you get it again with a little bit of lift and space in it. And there it is again. A real nice expounding on a theme. It's such a really pretty theme, isn't it? And I love how it kind of bounces around and it takes the theme and dances with it, and even though there's tension and even though there's stress and even though there's a sense of intensity in it, there's also this like real elegance and the flowing feeling of water and that moving through there are bright spots within it. So despite how stressful it can be, there's also this like you can flow with it, and there's a flitting around, and there's a little bit of dissonance, especially when that little horn comes in, where we get a little bit of dissonance where it's almost like, oh, there is danger, and then we swell into it, and we're still moving. You know what I mean? It's really, really lovely. It's really lovely, really lovely. I loved that. I forgot how beautiful Virole de Mare is. Yeah, it's really pretty. Hi, Defoon. I'm not really planning on a hey, Maple Leaf. I'm not planning a an Omori playthrough. I'm not really vibing with Omori, but maybe I will. We'll see. Probably not, though. Okay, Marco, you can go ahead with my 40th birthday suggestion. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear red car. Happy birthday to you. Happy 40th, man. Let me remind myself of your birthday. Hold on. Ah, yes, the live performance. That's right. All right, hold on one second. Sorry, hold on. Sorry, guys. 1 second. All right, let's watch this. This live performance of Exec Cosmo Flips, parentheses, by Kokia is one of the coolest things to come out of the Art Tanelico lineage. The song was simple yet powerful in-game, and having lighting and interpretive dance only makes it even more so. The extended bridge passage, which was not in the original, is incredible. Sorry. All right, let's see. Hi, Shelby. Yeah, of course, video. Wow, that's beautiful, man. What a mesmerizing little thing. And yeah, I agree that the lighting, the dancing, the movement, it's all delightful. And I think that probably, honestly, that might be my favorite of the Arts and Eloquent pieces. Cause you're right. It is very straightforward, but also, it's just really incredible. I love the fact that we don't necessarily or can't really connect to it. You know what I mean? It's like verbally, there's no like words that we can latch onto in a way, which is, I think, gives it a lot of freedom to connect and connect to. Really lovely. Honestly, Redcar, in the however many years that you've been a patron, I would say that's probably my favorite thing that you've provided. That is probably the most delightful song that you've shared with me. That is getting a highlight. I really enjoyed that immensely. I thought it was beautiful. Hey Milan, how are you? I really loved it. Terrific. I would show that to somebody. And the fact that that's even video game music, like, it's just like, what? You know? I really, 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 really liked it. Cool. Oh? Let's do... Ooh. Let's do Carrying the Weight of Life from Xenoblade 3. A beautiful song from Xenoblade Chronicles 3 that takes motifs from Engage the Enemy and Counterattack. Ooh, yeah. Slay the Princess? Totally, yeah. Hey Barry, how are you? I'm good. Also, I saw Chengi came in. How are you, Chengi? Yeah, I'm good. How are you? Nice to revisit this. I love the syncopated breakdown there. Da 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 dee da dee da. Da 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 dee da dee da. Da dee da dee da. I love the pullback here. It's so nice. Yeah, the thing about the Patreon is that it really has become like a bit of a community, you know, in the same way that the YouTube channel itself has. But Keychain. Yadee-da-dee-da. I've heard that piece like 10 times, and I just love it every time. I think it's so fun. I don't know that I would play that for like a non-gamer. I don't think that they would get it because it's a little bit like repetitive, and they might think it's not like it doesn't necessarily like evolve, and it to a degree it doesn't. I mean, it has like some stuff, but I really just I love that piece. I think it's so much fun to listen to, and it's actually like super fudged up that I haven't played through Xenoblade Chronicles 1 and 2 and 3 because I have a feeling that I would like those games very much. I really should. Like, there's no reason for me not to like them. Like, that's just such my like preferred, like if I'm gonna play a single player game, that's probably where I'll default to. But for whatever reason, I just, maybe the time commitment, I don't know. I really should play them. Yeah, I think I learned with the Cyberpunk that I can't play a long single player game on stream. I bore myself, you know. I feel like I tried to play a long game on stream, and I just don't, unless it's like a game I'm like desperate to play. I don't think long stream games are for me. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, I mean, I'm not crazy about the battle system in Xenoblade, but I feel like I could get used to it. As we continue on our tour of Octopath Traveler's music, we're listening to the Riverlands and the Clifflands. Soft, isn't that funny? The Riverlands, but the Clifflands. No one says Clifflands. Clifflands. English. A soft piano chord with some wood instrument, which describes a forest-like theme, and a beat to go alongside some strings and hanging around the edge of a cliff. Let's listen to both. Oh, that is just so lovely. Yasunori Nishiki, I bow down to you. His work in Grand Blue Fantasy Relink versus Rising is so good. Bub. You know what? Wait. I have to make I have to just I don't understand Square Enix. I do not understand them. Why does this random ass, like especially Octopath, a super experimental game experience when the first one came out, have a full orchestra, but Final Fantasy 16, a mainline in what should be a cash cow for Square, only have MIDI. Or, VST. Why? Why? Like, this soundtrack is so clean. So clean. And Final Fantasy 16 may have like 300 tracks or however many, 100 plus tracks, right? Great, fine. And some of them are exceptional, right? I enjoy so much of Final Fantasy 16's music. And I know that it's, obviously it's created Assembly 3, the MMO sort of function. And so, but like, what a shame. There's no excuse for Square to not hire an actual orchestra for their music. It really makes me grumpy. 16. Well, and 14. But 14, because of the cycle, they can't really do it. But 16 had no... Love the harmony there. Yeah, but what's the name of this track? Well, it's right there on the screen. The name of the track is Uh-oh. What the hell just happened? Uh-oh. My chat vanished. Shoot. Sorry, hold on. Really restream right now? Why? Restream! Oh no. Hold on, guys. Oh, you bitch. Oh, you could be fucking kidding me. Stupid ass restream. Hold on. Pain in my asshole. Chat. Are you there? Sorry about that. Sorry. Okay. There you are. You're back. All right. Oops. Anyway. No, my chat disappeared. Actually, one exists. Well, that's a loop. I mean, what a beautiful piece. And then let's listen to Clifton's. Yeah. Oops, sorry, this is Clifton's. Oh, I played the ever-living crap out of, yes. Hey, is Dawn of War good, chat? The definitive edition's out. Is it worth a cop, you think? If I'm not crazy about or haven't played in a long time? RTS. I'll play for 5 minutes and drop it. I resent you. You're right, I will. Fuck you. I am excited though, because I think I'm finally going to be able to play off. I've always wanted to beat off, so I'm really looking forward to that. That'll be really fun. I've heard nothing but great things about off, so. Awesome. That was such a nice piece. Dance. Anton Blast, Dance with the Devil versus Satan. This is the final boss theme against Satan. He hates the protagonist because, I'm not kidding about this, Satan isn't the reddest creature in the world. The protagonist is. When have I ever double entendre? Not even once. That's a bunch of malarkey, and you know it. I've never double entendred ever. Ooh, bow, take it down, bow, take it down, bow, down, take it down, bow, take it down, bow, take it down. Oh, this is a. Down, down, down. There's a game called He Is Coming. I'm sure he is. Nice slowdown. Ooh, down. Yeah, it's nice. The hell's that? Oh, there's more. Oh, there's a whole second half. Okay, I'm listening. I listen. Damn, that's actually pretty dope. Wow, that's shreds actually. Where you go? Why you stop? Nice ending. That's fun as hell. Well, I mean, I've heard really good things about Off, so I mean, if it only takes 5 hours to beat Off, then I mean, I should probably just sit down and do it in one sitting, right? I've heard nothing but great things about Off, so I like that piece. That was fun. I don't have much to say about it. I thought it was really, really enjoyable. I didn't love the beginning, but then as we got into it, when it started to kick up, that was really, really cool. Crazy wording. What's wrong with you guys? It literally on how long to beat. It says that in order to beat Off, it takes about a solid 5 hours, which is honestly not that long of a time. And I've heard this is like the first time that the game is available on, or is it remastered? I can't remember, but either way, I think next week I should really take some time, since it only takes 5 hours to play it. I've heard nothing but good things about it. I mean, I need to beat something. I might as well beat Off. Yeah, here it is. Like I'm gonna show you right now. Off. I've heard some of the music from the game. I feel like I should just play it if it's only 5 hours. Actually, I love this track too. It looks awesome. Plus, again, if it's only 5 hours, I can add it to my list. The OST has been reworked, I think. I don't know why you guys keep being weird. Grow up. Oh my God, you really thought I was talking about the other thing? Unbelievable. Ready or not, in this level you're raiding a pair of houses used to produce and sell meth in the middle of the... That's not funny. Oh, twisted... That's not funny, I don't know why. 9 minutes? Bro, it's too long. Try to keep it under 6. Please, for the future. Please keep it under 6. It's not fair to everybody else. No problem this time. You guys are crazy. Fair. Crownless, it's a backlog of requests. I mean, it's a list that I go through every month. How recent do you mean? Like today? No. It's every Friday. September list, the next month's list doesn't go up until we finish this month's. But if you just became a new patron, then just put it at the bottom of this list. Oh, Sword of the Sea comes out August 19th. I'll be streaming that next week. Speaking of games that will only take a couple hours to beat. And soon we have Metal Gear Delta. I know I haven't played it, I know. It's interesting how this balances melody and momentum with space and wideness. It's weird. It like toes the line between music and noise and sound. Hi. It's hard to really lock attention into it, though, isn't it? The brain kind of goes elsewhere. It's definitely not sexy. And there's that. Oh, it's actually a loop. Why is something so horrific in a first-person shooter? Well, theoretically, that's Ready or Not's like entire MO, is putting you in scenarios that, you know, as a team, to, you know, the implicit tension is underneath. I found it okay. I thought that was okay. I felt that obviously there's like a bubbling of tension, but it's not like so. It was okay. I want to hear more. Let's pop over the Ray Dow mount theme. So good. Yeah, it's muffled. It just I downloaded it. Still like that. I think this might be my favorite track in Wilds. After Proof of a Hero. Bow. 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 I love the percussion actually in this. I love that. The sound of the thunder crash. It's so good. And the flute. I love how frenetic the mount theme is in that case, where it's like it's actually in some ways more intense than the bass theme. It's really cool. I really like that particular mount theme, but also the whole thing is just so good. I will say I miss Wilds, but honestly, I'm not actually a big fan of. I mean, I think the Talisman grind is cool and all that I saw that they updated, but I will say that artificially just bloating difficulty kind of bothers me. I like those 9-star enemies, like just making them have 1 million different health and like hit harder. I'm not a fan of that. So I'm going to probably hold off on playing Wilds again until well into the G rank probably. As I expected would happen, but I mean, I got my 67, 70 hours done, so I was very happy with that. But I think that's I don't think that was the right call. Now, Vets, I guess, wanted it to be harder, but that sounds like a real headache for me, so I no do that. Yeah, yikes. Guys, I looked it up and it seems the fastest time for someone to beat off is 1 hour and 1 minute and 22 seconds. Oh, really? Okay. Nice. What are my favorite game soundtracks of all time? Like top 3? Nier Automata? Not in order. Final Fantasy 9? Ace Combat 7? Ever? Yeah. Yeah. But there's like all the date, well, all the I really love Sonic Unleashed soundtrack. I really love Ace Combat 0, Ace Combat 5. Final Fantasy 14, some of it, most of it, like 70% of it. Bloodborne. Red Dead 2. Well, just one song. Like I want to count that. The Carlos Viola tracks from, was that his name? No. Carlos, that's blasphemous. Clair Obscur soundtrack. Actually, you know what? As time has gone on, so my relationship with Expedition 33 has really changed. So Expedition 33 fundamentally, is this a new video? It might be. Expedition 33 has totally ruined gaming for me. I'm still not fully over it. Chances are I won't play it again for another like 5 years. And I didn't even finish everything because I'm not the type of gamer that finishes everything. Like I didn't finish Simon. I fought him once and I was like, all right, cool. Sounds good. I feel really good about what I've just done in this game. I played it to my heart's content. I'm done. Right? Like that's kind of how I play games. Then I started listening to the soundtrack more. And you know what's weird is that in some ways the soundtrack is so somber and so sad. Now, there's a wide variety of things. Monoko's theme, the gestural theme, Lumiere. But, like, the soundtrack itself is so poignantly sad and not all of it, obviously, that I actually can't bring myself to listen to it. And I think it did one of these amazing things where Clair Obscur, as a total package and as the music being a main event and a key component of that storytelling experience, was so moving and so important to the overall arc of the entire gameplay experience that I literally cannot listen to the soundtrack out of context anymore. And I am so attached to the package that is Clair Obscur that even though I firmly believe that Clair Obscur Expedition 33 has one of the best soundtracks in gaming ever, like one of, right? Not the best, but one of the best, that I no longer can enjoy it out of context. And I'm not sad about that, but it's interesting how Clair Obscur, as a monumental like gameplay experience that dealt with all of the subject matter, grief, loss, family, art, I no longer can enjoy that game outside of like the experience I had. Like, I cannot go back to play that. And that's just how I am. I mean, it's like I've never gone and replayed The Witcher from zero because it bothers me so much, because I already am so happy with my gameplay experience. Like Clear Obscure, I may never play again. It is one of the best games I've ever played in my entire life. It is lodged in here. It has ruined future game experiences that I've had, like after it, that are related in subject matter. I'm looking for that depth. It's very difficult to find. Because it touches very gently on my particular grief jar that I own because of my own losses in my life, losing my father to cancer and so on and so forth. So like, I cannot play it. I probably will never play it again. Right. I don't want a DLC. I don't want anything to do. I want it. It's right there. It is one of the best experiences I've had as a gamer and as a musician and a music enjoyer. It is one of the best things I have ever witnessed in my gaming life. Top 10 moments, top 5. It's all the way over there now. So I can't even listen to the soundtrack because it depresses me. And I say that with like the biggest like amount of praise possible, right? Like, it is so good. And it's so moving, so evocative, so thoughtfully composed, so beautifully made, so heartfelt, so honest, so pure. The evolution of classical music, I've played it now for like several non-gamers. Everyone says the same thing. WTF is this? What is this? This could be on stage today. One agent that I know even asked to try to figure out how to like, you know, guide the, like do a tour of it. Like it's a huge deal. And it's been really fun seeing people react to Lumiere, the classical musicians that aren't gamers, to react to Alicia, but like react to Aline, like, holy, what is this? But yeah, overall, it is approved stamp by the classical music industry that I've exposed to it. But I can't. It's too much of a. It's too beautiful. It's an incredible thing, really incredible thing. But I would still put it in like my top 5 soundtracks ever made, I'd say. But it also kind of hurts me to listen to it, which is really interesting because, you know, the conversation when it first came out was, oh, it's all like recency bias, which, by the way, I hate that term. I'm the kind of guy that, like, I was love at first sight with my fiance, future wife. I fell crazy for her the minute I met her. If all we do is base things off of recency bias, and like, oh, it might be recency bias, I don't know, I might not really like this person, I would have denied myself the opportunity to actually, like, you know, be in a healthy relationship with someone that eventually became my wife, right? Like, I don't really buy recency bias. I mean, I think like we have a come down, I think there was quite a bit of love bombing when Expedition 33 came out. There was a bit of like, oh my gosh, it's the best game ever made. Like, I do agree that like sometimes the hype train can be a little bit hardcore, not always justified. So, I mean, within reason, I think that it's fair to be a little bit like skeptical, but also like, we also sometimes just got to roll with it, baby. And sometimes it feels that good, and it really is that good, you know? And I think like the recency bias there did not play into that experience. Like, it was just such a I'll never get over that experience. Expedition 33 to me was as meaningful as playing Final Fantasy 9 was to me, or Red Dead 1 or Metal Gear, equal to those experiences. So that's I'm talking like, let's remove nostalgia and like go back to those experiences. Clair Obscur is that good, in my opinion, as much as those experiences I had with the other games that I just mentioned. So anyway, long story short, rant done. Love Expedition 33. I think it's one of the best soundtracks, one of the best games I've ever played. And I'll never play it again, probably. And that's a compliment. That's a big compliment. God, I loved it. I loved that game so much. Monumental game, a monumental experience that doesn't need to be relived. I think if you want to relive it, then that's totally cool. Like that may be the type of person you are, where you want to like really dig into those characters and really sit with them again and again and again, because there's something really special about that, you know, because they are with you when you restart. But for me, and the way that my life philosophy and stuff, I keep moving forward, and that's my my coping mechanism from going to, I guess, grief counseling, and I can't go back. It's like those characters are so in that world, and I've grieved that experience actually, which is why it's been so hard to pick up other games, because Clair Obscur has been so meaningful. That yeah, I will likely never play Clair Obscur again, and yet it is still one of the most monumental experiences of my life as a gamer, and as a musician. So I'm really excited to see where Clair Obscur goes, like its like trajectory. And I hope that it goes. I really don't want a DLC for it. I really don't. I want it to be done. I just leave it. And honestly, if a DLC comes out, unless it's like separate from that experience, I probably won't play it, because I'd rather it just be done. Right. I'm really excited to see like the painters versus writers, that kind of other stuff around the world of Clair Obscur. But if you know how the plot goes, even that doesn't really necessarily, well, actually, no, that could work. Actually, I'd be interested in that, but it still would be a totally different spin. So, I mean, it'd be better almost if it was just a one and done, and then Sandfall just makes something else totally unrelated. I don't think it needs to become an IP, and actually maybe becoming an IP would actually be to the detriment of the emotional impetus and the emotional depth that Clair Obscur provided. I don't know. What do you think? I just filmed a video. Didn't tell you. My bad. Clair Obscur. So selfish of me to use our music time for me. Tisk. 2:54:29. Listen, I gotta give my editor a job, and we're together. So I'm filming as we talk. If something pops into my brain, I filmed 3 videos. I actually just heard Prophet's Ascension, I think last week, from CNC4. Yeah, Marco's so selfish. I might film another video about Guild Wars 2 right now. I'm feeling Randy. No, I'll probably wait for that one. Oh, shit. I'll tell you what. You want to know a secret, Julian? Stray Gods, not a fan. Not a fan. I really did not. What I played, I really didn't enjoy. And I felt very sad about that, because I feel like I should like it, and I really don't. I found it incredibly kitschy, and it was one of those, I feel like it's one of those like voice actor games, where like voice actors are in it, and that's why I'm supposed to like it. I know. I know. I'm sorry. All right, let's check out Etrian Odyssey Nexus Undersea Grotto. Nexus version of EO3 track is the same name, loops halfway. And also, I will say that besides Audra McDonald, I really didn't think the singing was especially good, personally. But at the time, I wasn't brave enough to say that, because I mean, I really like Austin. I mean, we're on a, I can text him right now. I think his composition was great, and everything he did was great. But I really am, I'm not crazy about. I wasn't crazy about that particular game, which is a bit of a bummer. I'm surprised Marco didn't jump on Avowed. I thought Venus Theory composed really well for Avowed. I wasn't crazy about Avowed. I played it for about 10, 15 hours, and then I just put it down. I think, but I'm finding that if an open world is not based on some historical context, like Ghost of Tsushima, Ghost of Yotei, eventually Red Dead 2. I'm trying to think of other. Make your own adventure games are really not games that I like. I like the structure of MMOs. That's why I love Guild Wars 2. I really like historical settings for my open worlds. There, I'll play that all day. Maybe because I was almost a history teacher, right? So I've always loved history. So I'm a virtual tourist. If a game is like a Skyrim, after like 20 hours, I'm a little bit, I don't really see it. Oblivion, same thing. Lovely world to explore. But once I start to see the tapestry and I start to see like the structures at play, the gameplay, I kind of get a little bit bored. I like to be led gently. But like Red Dead's one where like I explored every inch of that place. Every inch. Same with The Witcher 3. Every inch. And I think The Witcher 3, because The Witcher 3 as well has this medieval element to it, right? So you feel like even though there's magic and stuff, I'm exploring a fictional, a historical place, which I think is really appealing. For me, Assassin's Creed, 1,000,000%. There's not a single Assassin's Creed besides Shadows, and I don't really, Odyssey is too big. I haven't really liked the new Assassin's Creed, but like Unity and Brotherhood, and 2 especially. Brotherhood I explored every inch of. 2 less so, just because Florence, but I was connected to Rome because I grew up there. Assassin's Creed Unity is one of my favorite Assassin's Creeds at this point. They really turned that thing around. I love Unity. And I've played multiple times. I've played Unity multiple times. Morrowind just feels too old, so I can't get into it. Also, the UI is incredibly small. But I know that Morrowind is a little bit more like go in a direction and see what you find. And I do have an allure for Morrowind. It was also one of the first games I ever played on a PC. It's definitely got a special charm to it, though. Yeah. I like worlds, and I like seeing. I think part of the thing that I really loved about something like Black Myth Wukong or Guild Wars 2 or Rainbow Six Siege or thing is the variety and not knowing what's coming around the next corner, right? Like, and I think that's part of the reason why I really like Red Dead 2 is because you never knew what was going to come your way, right? While you're driving down, riding your horse down, and suddenly you see, the KKK, or you see like, a ghost in the middle of the night, or a bear attacking someone, or an alligator. Like what? That's like the wonderment I feel for that is monumental. And so interesting. Is Dark Souls too abstract? No, I enjoyed my time with Dark Souls. I played everything. I did everything I could ever do in Dark Souls. I was very happy with my playthrough of Dark Souls. But I don't find Souls games have the same allure to me, where like after a while I'm like, okay, I did it. I played it. Like Elden Ring. I've only played it once. Don't really care about playing it again. Doesn't bother me. Street Fighter 6, you never know what you're going to get. So there's an instant feeling of like, ooh, what's going to happen? Same with Rainbow Six Siege. Now the strats may be similar, or the units or the operators may be similar, but it always changes, because not only are you playing better or worse, but then you're also facing against a different team, and you never know what you're going to get there. So even though the map may be static, the people are not. Hey Joel, wow, 12 months, Joel, I appreciate you. So thanks for the re-up there on the Ski Key tier. I appreciate you, Joe. So yeah. A gothic church in a sci-fi environment is so cool. I've never played, actually, Neverwinter Nights, but it's actually Neverwinter Nights is actually on Steam right now. I'd love to hop in there and see what it's like. But in theory, I should have loved Baldur's Gate 3. And in theory, I do. But what I don't like about Baldur's Gate 3 is CRPG mechanics. Totally. Rivals also the aesthetic is phenomenal of Rivals. Yep, I played the Mass Effect trilogy a long time ago. I did everything I ever wanted to do. Well, I didn't play the first one actually, but I played the second. The second one I destroyed. Back in the day, I demolished Mass Effect 2. Yeah, exactly, Barry. Yep. Is there any genre of video games that you think have the best music? No, I think they all have great. I mean, I think RPGs tend to default to the best. But I mean, like, I've been listening to Granblue Fantasy Versus Rising right now recently in the car, and incredible. I mean, incredible soundtrack. Sonic, incredible soundtracks. Mario, incredible soundtracks. So much. I'm still bitter about the ending of Mass Effect 3. Not like angry gamer bitter, but like a little bitter. All right, let's check out Labyrinth 2 Undersea Grotto from Etrian Odyssey Nexus version. Male Shep for me. Hi, Amy. I would play as female Shep now, though. Today, if I started over today, I would. Whoa! Talk about the waters sound. Sitar. Oh! Oh, wow. Huh. That was not what I anticipated. It was interesting, this balance between the beauty of this underwater grotto mixed in with the terror and the stress and the sort of discomfort there. It's really interesting how it played into multiple different. It's not my favorite Etrian Odyssey track that I've heard. God, I forget the one that I loved. There was one Etrian Odyssey. There were there were 3-ish that I just like adored. My God, you've given me 20 of these? You have. Yep. You have. Oh yeah. I liked City of Radiant Ruin. The Legend, all from Etrian Odyssey 4. The Legend's Successor. Oh, Raise Thy Sword with Pride in Your Heart. Waterfall Woods. That was from the same game, I think, yeah. Pedal Bridge is probably my favorite. This guy. Yeah, I actually remember this one. Yeah, I think this is still my favorite of the Etrian Odyssey stuff I've heard. Yeah, it's just like a lovely little tune. I really loved that one. And then I'm trying. There was like another couple that just so much Etrian Odyssey 4. Anyway, yeah, just like lovely. I mean, as always. Ooh. Valkyrie Profile 2, huh? Man, I haven't thought about this. The Enlarged Soul. Song plays as we battle a very angry Odin who's unhappy with our current plans in Yggdrasil. Was this on PlayStation? I think it was. Totally to me, yeah. baby. Yeah, you know, all right. A bit noisy. Kind of the very. I mean, very like. If I recall, was this on PlayStation or was this on 3DS? I think this was. Oh, it was PlayStation 2. Yeah, so it has that MIDI sound that I personally like. I find incredibly forgettable. Now that being said, the size of Odin was really cool and very like big. It definitely has some Sakuraba soundscape to it when you mention it. You know, I think it was okay. I liked the tension in it. I enjoyed the choral thing. I'm not crazy about that sound though, and it's like a sound I don't really miss or have any nostalgia for. It has that fart brass that Sakuraba uses in like Vort of the Boreal Valley. Listen to the difference. Or they're basically the. I don't know if this. Yeah, this is Sakuraba. Listen to this. It's like the same composition. Yeah, it's like okay, and I really don't like Vort's track, to be honest. I don't know if anybody, hopefully no one knows this because it means you're spending too much time thinking about what's going on in my career. But I made a TikTok about, or Nathan made a TikTok about how like no one listens to Vort in their car. And man, the TikTok generation, if the Souls community, eviscerated me for that take. Well, I guess on today's list of we do things differently than other people, blah 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 blah. And I was like, I hate you guys. But yeah, no, I don't like that track. I love Nier. I love Nier. Nier's the reason I even have a channel. Nier is probably the most special soundtrack. Both. Well, really, even I got to listen to Reincarnation, but Nier Automata is probably one of my most favorite soundtracks. It's certainly the most important to my life, which I'm so grateful that I've been able to like tell Emmy that and be friends with Emmy, and you could say it's very near to my heart. Yeah. Oh gosh, that's funny. Let's check out Super Smash Bros. This will be the last one of the day. Sorry, Poison. This happens to you all the time. Unfounded Revenge, Smashing Song of Praise. This song appears in Mother 3 as one of the battle themes. This is the version adapted into Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Or Ultimate, sorry. Oh, cute. Oh my god, so charming. Ooh, switching the rhythm. Hello, yap yap. What a cute song. I should play Super Smash Ultimate again. It's been a minute. What an adorable little piece, and I love the twists and turns and all the different like rhythms and stuff. It's so much fun. I really enjoyed that little piece of music. What a treat. I think I'm gonna just give up with Deltarune at this point. Certainly a playthrough. I would give up on a playthrough. That would never happen. As far as good Kremen, okay, noted. As far as a listen through of Deltarune, it's like very low on the priority list. Just because the copyright stuff is so confusing. There'll be time. I'm not really worried about it. Thank you so much, Bopa. Shadow Hearts OST, Brain Hopper. I don't know what. I don't think. Have I heard a Shadow Hearts track, guys? I don't think so. I don't know. I don't think Shadow Hearts. I don't think I have. I've heard one from the New World, Lady Tears 2. Anyway, let's check out Poison Zero, Toho 1, highly responsive to prayers, theme of Eastern story. I'm submitting this theme for some songs next month. This is the main theme of Toho, like the series in general. It's a leitmotif is everywhere in almost every single title theme. Oh, it's like Fire Emblem. Okay. It's in many important songs. It's the pause sound effect, and it just sped up. I just want to keep this in your brain for the later songs because of use of it's super cool. Also looking for other songs in the OST. They're all uploaded by our own Red Car like 16 years ago. Yeah, Rendoso, yes, you do. Wow. Actually love I really like the back half here. The like organ and the fullness. I love the feeling of depth in that too. It's like super stressful. You know what I mean? Like it's like, oh my God, this is our moment. This is the chance. We have to double down. We have to believe in ourselves. We have to, you know what I mean? I love that sound, especially because of all the doubling there. It's really fun. Yeah, I love that. I love that. Love that. That was really nice. I felt the first part of it was all like kind of all over the place, but I liked how cohesive that melody was. I guess I'm in a melody mood today. What's that, Kramen? You're not going to be here next week? We've made concessions for others. I'll make a concession for you. Astral Observatory from The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. See, that's one of those tracks that it's like 8 minutes way too short. What a beautiful little tune, isn't it? That's lovely. That's entirely too short. That's so beautiful and reflective. And it's like, oh, thank God we have this moment of rest. You know, thank God we have this moment of peace, this tranquility, this sense of like, oh my God, it feels like everything's ending. But yet, maybe just for one moment, we just can be relaxed, you know, like, whew, maybe life is also still good, even though it's shit. You know what I mean? Wow. I really want to play Majora's Mask. I feel like it's like one of those games that you kind of have to play. Hey, Sabine, how are you? Yeah, thank you. All good. Well, everybody, that was a very fun Friday stream. I can't believe it. 3.5 hours? I spent most of the time talking. How do you bear with me? What a pain in the ass I must be. We didn't even get to them. Wow, I really did just talk that much? That's embarrassing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Believe it or not, 20 tracks. That is pretty sizable. A sizable 20 tracks. Next up, next week, we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 tracks. So I better talk a lot next week. What a great time. What a great time today. Thanks for letting me film a couple videos and rant a little bit. Appreciate you guys. And yeah, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. There will be no Wuthering Waves anything tomorrow morning. I'm not really excited about this next patch, unless it's the end of Renacida, but I don't think so. I don't really care about Augusta and Iono either. So I'm going to skip tomorrow morning. No Battlefield 6 stream. I had a really good time last weekend, and Rush Mode I'm not a big fan of, so I won't be playing that on stream. That being said, next week we will be listening to the Team Fortress 2 soundtrack on Monday, and I'll also be playing it while that's happening. That'll be exciting. Listening to the entirety of the soundtrack and also checking out the MVs afterwards. On top of that, I'll be definitely looking forward to playing and beating off. I think I'll do that. I'm going to shoot for Tuesday because it seems really intriguing. 5 hours, that's an easy stream. So I'll play that next week. And then next week, I believe... Oh, Lord. Next week will be The Sword of the Sea, or whatever that game is called. And more Street Fighter 6 as I make my way into Silver, hopefully. And then... Oh my god, and then it's almost September, which is absurd. Almost my birthday month. Then I think we're gonna hit up Ace Combat 6 finally. Ooh, you know what though? At Gamescom, oh no, Tuesday evening will be, or Tuesday afternoon we'll be watching Gamescom opening day, and then I'm assuming that we're gonna get a release date for Silk Song, so that might push everything back to MGS Delta and a Hollow Knight playthrough. So that's gonna be into September. So stay tuned for that if that is of at all interest to you. Otherwise, yeah, that's kind of it. As always, Patreon streams on Fridays, anime every day. Next week will be Violet Evergarden and Fate Zero alternating, and then the week of the 25th, we're going to add in Edge Runners. So thanks a ton, guys. I will talk to all of you later. So have a great, healthy, safe weekend, and I will see you all on Monday for Team Fortress 2. Bye. Rest well. Be well. Oh, and more Guild Wars. Guild Wars 2 will be in there as well. I just don't know what day. One day a week, probably. Bye. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Bye.